For those that have been keeping up with gaming news recently, there has been this big news story in which Telltale Games, the creators of The Walking Dead episodic point and click and The Wolf Among Us point and click, and the recently released Tales of the Borderlands, they're making a point and click episodic adventure based off the video game known as Minecraft. And when I heard about this, I'm like, what the fuck? How could they do this? Because anybody who has played Minecraft, you know that that game has no story at all. And the concept of them making a story on a game like that seems a bit interesting. And heck, this kind of got me thinking. If they can make an episodic point and click adventure based off Minecraft, imagine what they could do with other properties as well that aren't story driven or at all. Heck, they could make a Barack Obama point and click adventure. Or heck, they could do one on League of Legends. And that's pretty much where I'm going with this video. Right now, in this countdown, I'm here to count down the top 5 properties I'd love to see Telltale Games make a point and click episodic adventure series of. Now, of course, this could go from anything from current video game franchises to animes to TV series to books. You get the picture. And yeah, before I start with this countdown, let me just say that these are 5 series I will love to see. If there are any series you'd love to see a point and click episodic adventure based off, comment down below so I can know what you guys want. Or make a video talking about some other point and clicks. But yeah, anyway, enough of the introduction. Let's start this countdown right now. Starting off the countdown at number 5 would be Dragon Ball Z, or the Dragon Ball series. Now, even though the anime can be tedious and annoying with fight scenes, the Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z series, I would say, for the most part, has a somewhat rich lore and history to it, with the amount of alien races there are, the concept of the afterlife shown through the various times Goku has died, and the history of the Saiyans. With all these components, I would say an episodic point and click will work. Just imagine, Telltale has you playing as a Saiyan, trying to conquer other planets, and the choices you make can affect whether or not his or her comrades die. Or heck, here's another idea. For those that have watched the highly criticized Dragon Ball GT and saw its ending, you could choose to play as the descendant of either Goku or Vegeta and decide how they'll choose to live life with their powers and whatnot. Pretty much the ideas on what they can do are plentiful, and if you combine that with the magic that Telltale has, you can quite possibly have one of the best DBZ games ever made. So yeah, that was number 5, the Dragon Ball franchise. Number 4, I will have to say that the XMen series will work as a whole. Now sure, one could say the whole Marvel universe, but I'm going with the X-Men because it's a bit more condensed, and in terms of students in Professor X's School of Gifted Students, or Mutants, there's a fuck ton. And that's how I can imagine you starting the game. You play as a new mutant to a school, training your powers while befriending other mutants, and deciding whether or not you agree with Xavier's ideals or Magneto's. And throughout the game, you can either use your powers for good or use them to show mutant superiority. Like right now, I'm imagining this game would be like X-Men Destiny, but better. Or heck, just take X-Men Destiny, make it a point and click, and improve on what made the game crap in terms of story. And you got a good X-Men point and click. So yeah, the X-Men. It would definitely work due to how the overall story is set up. For my number 3 property, I think Kingdom Hearts would make a great Telltale game. Now anybody who has followed the Kingdom Hearts series, Square Enix has done nothing but make spin-off after spin-off, making fans like me get pissed off because it will be a long time before we even get the 3rd installment because of this shit. But if they're gonna continue doing this, how about using that money to make a Telltale spin-off? I mean, for the most part, the KH developers just bring in characters out of nowhere and make the story more convoluted as is. And for the most part, experiencing a story with new Keyblade wielders or associates of them, I can see work as a point and click. Heck, if those that played Birth by Sleep, then you know that like there were a whole bunch of characters who were like the original Organization 13 members before they were like nobodies. We could see like a Telltale spin-off seeing what the other people were before like they became nobodies who became Organization 13. Stuff like that. On top of that, you get a preview of what new worlds and characters can be in Kingdom Hearts 3 if they decide to do it. So Squeenix and Telltale, if you want to make some money from a pretty dedicated fan base, collab with each other and make this happen. Coming in at number 2 is an anime/manga that has swept the world off its feet last year, and that, of course, is Attack on Titan. Some reviewers consider this to be the Japanese equivalent of The Walking Dead, maybe due to characters dying by the dozen, and the concept of surviving an apocalypse. With that being said, Titan would of course work with the amount of choices you can experience, and the amount of quick time events that can happen. Just imagine, you start off with the decision of what division you want to be in. Then in those divisions, you get to know your comrades. Then all of a sudden, certain events from the series happen, and it's up to you to decide how you're going to deal with them. And throughout these actions, various people could get killed, and so forth. Thinking about it, I'm imagining it like The Walking Dead, but with a bit more action-filled coat of paint. So yeah, what The Walking Dead adventures are to mainstream, Attack on Titan, the point and click, would be to anime fans. And finally, at number 1, as a property I'd love to see Telltale work on. You'd think I'm crazy, but I would definitely day one buy an episodic point and click based off the WWE. Now hear me out on this. I've played some SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 and 2008, and something I've kind of thought was interesting in those games was the fact that the career modes were like a bit of a point and click, but the matches were of course your decisions. But anyway, the point and click parts of the game gave you the ability to handle a conflict involving your character with other wrestlers. And if you can already tell, that's where I'm going with this idea. WWE, a Telltale adventure, lets you experience the drama and action of playing as an upcoming WWE superstar, choosing how you'd approach your feuds with other wrestlers, both main eventers and up-and-coming stars, all to try and work your way up to the top to be the best in the WWE universe. Or, if possible, you might fail and remain forever on the mid-card or even lower thanks to the possible choices. So Telltale, if you can make Minecraft into a story-driven game, How about using that popularity to experiment with something unique, like the WWE? I will literally show the money for each episode on day one, because that's how I'm interested in it. So those are 5 properties I'd love to see a Telltale take on. As I said earlier in the intro, let me know some properties you'd love to see and how they will work. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching. Take it easy, and until next video.